All right, boys, one and done.
There's no way this gets uploaded.
This is gonna be the worst one.
This is only 4 episodes.
I might ruin this within like a minute and a half, like, to be honest. Like,
Welcome to the B team. Even though 3 of us are on
with
the
a
main
B
team.
team? What do
Yeah,
you?
we're on the C team.
What do you?
Welcome to Shrimp Hours, episode 30.
Yeah.
30. Beautiful Caleb. I'm here. I'm DriveThrough. Rusty's here. Slab's here. Caleb's here. Cody's dead. Ed's at a hockey game, and our guest decided to die as well. So it's unfortunate.
Can we just talk?
Caleb?
about-
Caleb with no free McDonald's, which is a travesty.
I didn't want to ruin it right away, but can we just poop on Cody for like half an hour? Just talk trash.
Yeah, him and his
He had,
stupid
like,
camera.
He
Literally
got
last
frostbite
night.
from the snowmobile races. He's dead.
He was literally here like 2 hours ago.
Well, not
Discord.
only that, but last night he had like 3 whole segment ideas and was like, "I have like 15 things to talk about on the podcast tomorrow," and it doesn't fucking show up. I mean, like, but
so much so that we have to get Caleb off the fucking bench and like get in here. We can't do it with 3 people.
dude, okay, 2 minutes before this shit hit, like before he hit record, I was just chilling in the Discord, editing by myself for the core championship, which is today when you're watching.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo,
Good
you want to be on
plug.
the podcast?" And I was like, "What podcast?" And like,
Caleb's like, when? I was like, now. Because Cody was supposed to be here. Our guest is supposed to be here. We're supposed to have 5. Ed at least called and was like, hey, I'm at a Wings game. And that's, I feel like,
Yeah,
a
he
very
did that
fair
like a
reason. And
day
I'll
or
be
2
here.
ahead of time at least.
And I was like, all right, guys, we got to bring someone in, because me slapping Rusty sitting here. I'm like, can we get like Caleb? And Rusty's like, hold on.
I said no. Caleb was not the first draft pick.
Rusty was like, wait, can we get Ben? Can we get Carlos? Can we get someone else? Everyone
No,
else
this
is busy. I was
is
like,
like deep in fantasy football. We're going deep into the waivers and we got Caleb.
dude, yeah, I don't even
emergency
feel like
backup.
I don't even feel like a guest at this point. This is like the 4th time I've been on the show in 30 episodes.
Dude, you're like the 4th string quarterback of the fucking 49ers.
But nah, you've made a lot of appearances in the form of the McDonald's update. Rusty, I love the hat, by the way.
That shit lasted
Yeah.
like two weeks.
Dude,
But
you've officially
can we
replaced
tease-
Cody. in
Can
my
we
book.
tease that Caleb may have future updates from a different employment?
Uh-oh.
Maybe. We're not sure yet.
Save
Yeah,
it.
it's not final yet, but yeah, I won't say anything till it's a done deal. But we're making strides and it'll be great content. So stay tuned.
He's going to be the
Oh, God.
parking lot cop at Area 51.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I hear
Me and
Slap
Slap,
writing
yeah.
something up like that. I
Yeah.
get concerned.
Slap and I are going on a road trip.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeehaw, motherfuckers.
All right, first segment. I used to say, what's Twitter doing? But Twitter's been kind of boring. So I just want to talk about what's happening. This news, it's just called What's Happening now. I'm combining the
I
NASCAR
like
stuff
it.
and the Twitter stuff into one, because the NASCAR Clash was this weekend. It wasn't very good. The
Yeah.
broadcast was really horrible.
Yes.
Yeah, any other thoughts, feelings? NASCAR Clash, racing's back.
I feel like I don't know if somebody else wants to go first, but
Well, just to piggyback off of DriveThrough's final statement there, we need to take the broadcast a little bit more serious for how we promote and portray our sport, because what they were doing at a quarter-mile racetrack, when there's battles going on everywhere, and they were cutting in, cutting out, they had no idea what was going on. I'm not hating on the people, because maybe the people don't know what they're watching from the truck pressing buttons, but I feel like we got to step it up, because Formula One is like God tier, and they're slowly kind of like chipping away what we got going on. And I feel like we need to start investing in our own product on the production side, the TV side, if you will.
And I know one of the points is like Fox is like bringing less cameras or whatever. But at the end, they had a nutty shot from on top where they would just focus on like the first 8 cars. You could see them and what was going on. And I feel like until the very end of the race, they just never used that shot. And they were just busy like showing kids under green flag.
let me.
And they did a side by side like once. Like,
Yeah.
My big thing for them was like, this is the shortest track in NASCAR. It's like, what is it even like a quarter mile? And we were consistently like missing accidents. Like like it'd be like wreck turn 2, and you're like, dude, this track is literally like the size of my TV. Like, how the fuck are we?
You could literally just put a security camera and see the whole track.
Yeah.
Like we have HD
Yeah, that's
TVs
what
now.
always annoyed me. They'd be like, "Oh, there's a dive for second place and all this," and like, okay, why does it take 10 seconds for the camera to change over?
Yeah, it was
Like,
tough.
oh, there's a spin in turn 4, and then like you're just sitting there waiting, and it's just, because the guys up in the booth, they're like, they can see everything like out of the glass, and so when they call something out, there's nobody in the truck that can like immediately go to it or whatever. And at like Daytona is 2.5 miles long, you can kind of forgive that, but when you're at a quarter-mile track, like Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Well,
I
my
just hope
point is, it feels like somebody that's on the button doesn't know the sport. So when there's like a bumping and banging for 5th, they just go, oh, let's just flash back to Martin Truex 8 seconds into the field. Like that's my thing. It's like it feels like we don't have the right people in the right spot.
Yeah.
And I hope that the big boys, the people in charge, kind of take a look at that and see that as the failure that it was. I'm really concerned that they just won't.
I mean, ironically,
we'll
the 2012 tape delayed races at like Bowman Gray Stadium were of better quality than this shit.
Yeah. Either way, I mean,
With
I
Phil
got one more
Parsons
before-
and Rick Allen talking about the K&N East series, like just like beating and banging around Bowman Gray Stadium, like has better production quality than the LA Coliseum Clash. Like that should make some people in Fox Sports embarrassed.
yeah. I mean, that's the big message. Like, I feel like the higher ups at Fox need to tell the producers to get their heads out of their ass, because either in 10 years, A, you're not going to have a job, or B, you're not going to have a sport to cover. So like, fucking clean it up. Jesus Christ.
I also heard that Denny's first podcast episode was a banger. I actually haven't listened. I don't listen to NASCAR stuff.
It was alright.
But I heard he talked some shit and like didn't really hold back, which is good because that's what everyone kind of wanted out of that show.
Action's Detrimental. That's the name of the show.
Yeah, there was more
Which is
concern about the
incredibly
back of the
based.
car again, even though they were supposed to fix that over the offseason.
Oh yeah, he was
Which-
saying on the flight back he was messed up. Like he literally
Damn.
just drops this information on the show like he's never felt this like condition post race, and we're just kind of glossing over it. I know Jenna Fryer kind of brought some attention to it through Twitter, but I don't know.
Spicy. I'm excited to just hear over the course of the season what comes out of that show.
It'll get a
It's
lot
good.
better as it goes. It'll get a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that it? Is there anything else to say about what's happening, Caleb?
I was just gonna say the back end of the race car with how much shorter it is, that they gotta fix that shit, because they're gonna have all their drivers be retired by 32.
Yeah.
NASCAR's dead.
Oh,
Yeah, and when they said they were gonna like add this extra like padding and everything like to the rear of the car, that said, oh, that's not gonna be a spec thing. It's gonna be something that teams have to add in at the shop. I was like, well, they already fired all the fucking fabricators. Like, who the fuck's gonna do this? Like, you told everybody to fire all your fabricators. It's all gonna be spec. And then, oh, by the way, we fucked up. Now everybody's getting injured from all these rear crashes. So you have to like hire all these people to add on this like extra crush zone and all that shit. I was like, we already fired all these people. Like, the fuck are you people? Like, NASCAR management is just they're fumbling the bag and they're fumbling it bad. I don't
I agree.
understand.
The part that's confusing to me is apparently they had made the rear end a little bit more crushable in the off season. Like, but it sounds like it hasn't done much. So maybe there's more opportunity there to take care of the drivers a little bit better.
I just realized I didn't prepare for Trip or Drown, so we're gonna go in raw here. Just straight up J-ski tabs. I hope that's all right with you. It's Drip or Drown. All right. First things first. Did they run this Advent Health thing card last year?
Nope, that's new.
No, they had Advent Health, but that's a new scheme.
This thing looks sick. I like it. It was very
the
good.
neon number on it with the blue is fucking sick.
Yeah, and the
they added
watermelon is
more
like kind of
watermelon
hidden.
nose.
Looks very good.
The,
All right.
the reason I know this is because that car was on the cover of NASCAR Rivals, and it just looked like a generic white car, and it's like, I wish he had a more iconic paint scheme to be on the cover.
Austin Cindric ran the Freightliner E-Cascadia car, but it wasn't E-Cascadia branded. It just said Freightliner on it, which is a little bit confusing. but better than the plain black car that Freightliner normally runs without the E-Cascadia
what?
branding.
Yeah, with the Tron.
Yeah,
So
kind of
they
weird.
used the Tron with a different sponsor?
Well, it was like a Freightliner sub brand for their electric truck, which is where the Tron thing came from. But then they just don't have the electric truck branding. Kind of weird, but also kind of based. Austin Dillard bioethanol car looks pretty good. There's a Busch car.
That's the exact
That's
same.
Hendrick
The exact
cars.
same.
King's Hawaiian, kind of cute. I like
Never
the
saw
orange
it.
without the blue.
Until he was pointing backwards.
I like the blue. I
It's a
like the
shitty
blue and
brand to be
orange,
naked.
man.
Yeah, the blue number on this last year was great. I don't know
I
why
like
they
this
got rid
better
of
with the
Yeah,
white.
dude.
agree.
If it had a blue chrome number, that would be drippy as fuck.
7 is just some Fox show.
Animal
no
control.
base.
Hold on, we'll go back. What is this? Animal control?
It's
The
the-
pack-
it's
Yeah, with Joel
It's the
McHale.
guy from
What i-
Community.
Oh my.
Yeah, the dude
Just
on
some
that did the
Fox
driver
show.
intros that was like feeling himself when he should not have been feeling himself up there.
Oh, he did driver intros?
Yeah, he did. He was like,
I didn't
he was
watch.
saying some weird shit too. It was weird.
All right. Kyle Busch BetMGM is
L.
probably his only good scheme of the season.
I don't like the diarrhea color.
Yeah, it's
That's fair.
Yeah, it should be like
Um,
reflective gold.
I like that car.
Yeah,
I like
that's,
that.
Cody
that's
is a
better.
banger.
Did we talk about how some dude on Twitter put up a concept and then they announced this and it's like literally the same car?
It's
No, if you
very,
wanna
Go
very
in.
close.
Yeah, go in if you want to go in, sir.
Did that get talked about? Because I don't know if that
don't think
did.
so.
Rusty, where'd you send me that?
It was a moment on Twitter for like a day because not only did he predict
Give me a second. I'm gonna find it.
or the designer predicted kind of that paint scheme, but also predicted the number for Travis Pastrana.
I can't find it.
And so it was kind of
Um,
a thing. It was like, holy cow, this guy is a super genius, like clairvoyant mastermind.
Where did you send me that, Rusty?
I think it was just
It was
in general.
It was in general.
Oh
yes.
God.
Yeah,
I thought it was in Shrimpage
Uh,
somewhere.
Oh, I found
Yeah.
it. Okay.
yeah, it's like 2 days ago.
That was Brendan Lyons. Shout out. Who dropped this concept January 13th, so way before anything got announced.
And prior to this, he put out like a, I think it was a Reddick 67. So it even goes further back.
But yeah, big 3Chi logo, and it's got this the spike on the front is what really like does it
Yep.
in for me, because that like,
Yeah.
come on, you and 3Chi ran a completely different car last season with the
Yep.
the one that looks like his
The white with the spikes,
Raptor
yeah.
car now.
Yeah, the white.
And those spikes are like way too similar.
And even like look at the
hood.
hood. Look how the hood
Yeah.
logo is oriented. It's like the exact same.
Hey, they just got to fly my man out to like the 500 or wherever this is running, like get him VIP, like everything. Like,
Oh, Dale Jr. commented? We cannot allow you on the track until you make your door number fit the template. What does that mean?
Door
I
number
think it's
Joe
too
on
big.
it. Yeah.
Oh. The fact
think it's-
that Dale Jr. commented on that,
I think it gives the
February
RCR soldest
2nd?
theory.
this came out January 13th. Why would Dale Jr. comment on it 2
'Cause it
weeks
went-
later?
Because it
'Cause it
blew
went
up on
viral,
February
yeah.
2nd. Yeah, when everybody was like, "This is literally the car."
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
this
saying. He
is-
also
Nice.
predicted the 67. Like, how did he even see the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connection? Like,
that's spicy. I didn't see this. Where was I on February 2nd?
this is why I'm
5
going to
days
start
ago.
DMing you again. Look at that, dude. He
Oh.
predicted that.
That's kind of cute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
July-
Everyone thought they were gonna go
July
32.
12th, 2020. Yeah, dude. Look at that. Like a year ago, he predicted that.
Everyone follow Brendan Lyons Design on Twitter at B Lyons Design,
Yes.
Lyons with a Y.
Yes.
You're not even following him.
He's a
Am I
time
not?
traveler.
Thought I was. It's
Dude,
kind of
look up.
embarrassing.
Look, like right there.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, and these all suck. We've talked about these. Okay, we're gonna try and run through some more
talked
Dripper
about
John
that.
here. We talked
Yeah,
about the 9
Drip.
car. Yeah. Smithfield's the same.
I really like the chrome number, but I don't like the lack of scheme.
This doesn't make any sense. What's going on down here?
Some
It's
dude
kinda
took the old
weird.
NASCAR logo and just repeated it 8 times.
I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. Oh, did we talk about how Gibbs is just running the interstate car on everything?
I love it. I love it.
with the red numbers that everyone's been
supremacy.
asking for.
I love it.
They should run this in every single plate track, no balls.
Yes.
Honestly,
A
I think I
spotter's
like
nightmare.
I like the white the white number with the thick black outline a lot better than I
don't
think
know.
I like the red.
I kind of like the red numbers.
The red's Bobby Labonte vibes. You got to run the red.
That's just a Menards car.
Oh, it's a hot.
Shout out to Blaney for getting turned around. 13
Shut
already
up.
talked about. 14's the same. That's just a front-on picture of JJ Yaley's car. That's the same car. 16, 17 we've already seen. The Truex car looked pretty good. What?
The Busher car looked pretty hot on track. Like, I have to give that a shout out.
All right. See, that looks good with a red number.
I
does
like
look
it.
kind
I
of
just
JJ
like
Yaley.
I like the thicker outline that they ran last year better.
All right.
I think
Look
if
at
they took
look
the
at the
white outline
giant-
and made it black, then
The giant logo on the hood too with the black strobe. Just, oh, God.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. We've talked about this. We've talked about this. This DoorDash car, dude. I don't know what happened. I don't know whose like cousin designed this, but it's bad. It's really bad.
Why did somebody put like the black stroke there?
It looks like a truck. They
literally,
like they blacked out the deck lid and the C pillar. It's so weird. I don't know.
It's
It's
an
just
El
like
Camino now. It's an
I
El Camino.
could not unsee that.
someone
Dude.
designed. It looks like someone took a full design, forgot half the layers, and then printed it anyway.
No, it looks like an El Camino. It's a drip.
and the thing that
Ugh,
cements this
don't you
scheme is just
dare.
awful. Is look at the number. There's no drop on it. Like the
There's
outline.
only one
super thin.
outline. When have they ever run it with one outline? That's
Yeah,
weird.
Dude. Whoever designed this, like you could go find a random 12-year-old on Stun Odd Racing and they'd turn out something better than that.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Something I want to shout out for this year with 2311 is on the front left bumper underneath the headlight, that little logo. It's red on every car, so it's like they got the
I know.
consistent branding right there. It's going to be hot when you see the Tyler Reddick car.
I don't know if I like that.
like it.
What are we looking at here?
24.
24 car. Yeah, all right. It's expected. The 31 and the 78 had the exact same paint scheme, which I thought was kind of funny. They both ran
Celsius.
the Celsius like
Apparently,
orange
there's a
and white
lot of
thing.
cars running the Celsius scheme this year.
And it's going to be on a truck too. The number one truck at Daytona will be driven by Jason White. Not the Jason White who drove the truck race last year, but the Jason White who drove some Xfinity races and truck races before Jason White drove the truck.
I want to
Oops.
look into the funding of Celsius.
It's the next loop.
Sounds like a slap video.
I'll get into
I have
it.
not seen this. This is kind of
I haven't
cute.
seen. Actually,
Oh,
scroll
Zane
down.
Smith is driving the 38, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it so funny that the sponsor for
Wait.
the 38 while he's dude, yeah. So look at the
What?
38. Yeah,
It
Twitter
says
so-
Zane
drama
on the
today.
38 and the 36.
yeah, he's
Twitter
driving.
drama.
Yeah, he's driving both.
Todd Gillen is not full time anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they didn't announce that?
Nope.
Just today.
I think
Damn,
with the
that,
funniest
that's
thing,
dirty.
they announced that he was driving the 38, replacing Todd Gilliland with a sponsor that says "Am Better."
That's
Jesus.
incredible. I did not see that.
I thought that was ambient for a second. The fucking sleep aid.
Am better. I mean, there it is. Damn, so Todd's just part time.
He's
That's so
driving like
weird.
most of the races in that car, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 30.
I don't know.
Shout out to Ryan Priest, dude's a
Dude,
beast.
shout out to Priest. He was going to win that race.
That
yeah,
car was
dude, he was
hot on
looking
track.
good.
I'm gonna be real. That I really like that car. Not the 42, the 41.
Oh, all right.
Oh, DT, there, I
Uh,
think there's a subtle reflection on the gold drop on the 42, and I'm like really into it.
Ooh, okay. So we did determine they're doing gold drop
Yep.
shadows on all of the 42
Yep.
and 43s.
Yep.
Always going to be
And
gold.
the 84.
So hot.
Yeah, and the 84. I don't know if it's going to work on everything, but it has worked so far. And their little B pillar thing and the blacked out sort of A, B, and C in the rail. I don't know what to call that. The greenhouse minus the roof looks pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
Do they have orange numbers on? Oh, never mind. I was gonna ask on the roof of all of them because that felt like a 43 theme here as of late. I like that
No,
car.
they're doing this like they're blacking out this stuff. Little gold. I like the gold blocks and then the
Yep.
gold drop shadow.
I
kinda
like
cool.
this Allegiant car.
This car looks pretty good. Shout out to Blackbeard. Why did they move the
Velveeta.
logo back to the top of this car?
Remember when JTG like had the best cup schemes week in, week out, and now they do this.
Why is the top just white? That's weird.
And I got a question for you, DT. The official branding of the 47 is like skewed to the right, but on the driver's side door, it's leaning forward.
I know. I hate it. I don't know why they leaned it forward on the driver's side. I don't know. It previously was just always leaning to the right. Now it's just leaning forward on both sides of the car. I don't
Big
like
Velveeta fan though. Best mac and cheese in the world.
This Bowman car looks like ass, as everyone expected it to. Cody, where did they lose their big sponsor? Their purple car.
Nutrigen, yeah.
Now they have Biohaven, but they're still doing their same like generic base thing. Ty Gibbs ran a test car. Apparently Austin Hill's driving the 62. Ty Dillon 77 kind of came with a weird outline. I don't know if I like all this.
No.
I know who designed it too.
Yeah,
It's not his best work.
No, not at all. I like some of his. I like a lot of his stuff that he does, but this does not fall under that category.
I like that he got to design a cup car, but yeah, this is, it's what it is.
You never know what the sponsor wants, or the client wants, I should say.
I gotta say, I kind of like that Celsius is just gonna run this scheme always, no matter what team, because they've now announced schemes for 3 different teams. 4 teams if you include Tricon, and they all look like this.
One thing I want to point out is the orange looks more neon in person than this photo makes it appear. So it's going to be a lot more attractive when you see it on the track.
Yeah, I was noticing that as well with the 31 or whatever it ran on as well. The orange looked a lot more washed out on the colleague version than it did right here. So props to BJ McLeod and whoever got that printed.
Orange was like neon.
Nice. And we've talked about that. And then the only Mexican driver in the field is running a pure American flag for reasons unknown to mankind.
That car sucks.
I do want to talk about 911 car.
It does. It really does. I want to talk about one more thing that I gotta pull up here. I gotta find it in my own replies because I was making fun of this on the main.
I guess while DT does that real fast, I just want all the NASCAR designers that are watching this to know.
Nobody's watching this.
Yeah, weak as fuck this year. Y'all suck.
Oh my god, dude.
The Cup Series has been genuinely pretty bad, but not as bad as this. The Travis Pastrana 67 might be one of the worst.
Is that plaid?
So dude, plaid is like a Pastrana thing, which is cool, except the car looks like dookie.
Is this supposed to be in the Bristol dirt race?
No, this is for the Daytona 500.
That's the best part.
Oh no.
Well, he's a rally guy and a dirt bike guy, so it kind of makes sense.
No, it does. Jump off a bridge.
I just feel like there's one idea thrown at the table when they're like, let's do like some stars and plaid stuff, and then they just put it across the whole car. And dude, look at the nose of this Camry model real quick. Just look at the shape of this thing.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
It's completely rounded. It doesn't have the like blade things here. It's just all connected, and it just says Camry across the middle.
It's completely not blacked out either.
Bizarre. I found out, I just looked online for like Camry models, and this is just some like cheapo, like shitty, like kid 3D model. And there's just clearly people who don't know a lot about NASCAR that designed this, so unfortunate. But it's nice that, we'll consistently get a weirdo entry into the Daytona 500 coming with the ugliest paint scheme after the 50 car last year.
It's badass. It's badass.
All right, that was Drip or Drown.
Hey, the 50 car, the Pit Viper car looked based last year.
It's questionable at best.
I gotta say, no practice like before qualifying or anything, and they're just gonna send Travis Pastrana out there. Like it's kind of. Like,
he drove the 60 car for a whole season.
I know, but it's like
nationwide.
At least let these dudes get 15 minutes of shakedown. Like that's all I'm asking.
It is weird that they're not allowed practice. Still weird because it was like, oh, it's a COVID thing. We'll do less things on the track, and now they just keep it going.
It's the Daytona 500. Like this isn't like
I would say the practice session most likely to get watched. Okay, I do want to touch on some F1 liveries got announced. I think what I want to do is do like a whole F1 like preseason episode.
Yeah, let's save it for when we get closer. Yeah,
like in like 3 weeks or something, we'll bring Trace on and we can talk about F1 for a little bit.
Yeah. Because they haven't even announced Mercedes yet, or even Ferrari, right?
No, Ferrari hasn't been
no,
announced
they've
either.
literally put out, I think, the Williams and the Alfa Romeo, and there's stuff to talk about. We will talk about it later on.
And the Red
I
Bull's
think-
the same, and yeah.
Do we want to do like a special like NASCAR preview show next week before the
No.
500?
I won't be
Alright,
here,
then.
but that'd be based, I think. Okay, never mind. All right.
Why not?
Well, what are we going to talk about? What do you mean? Like, just give our predictions?
By then, all the the
Yeah.
schemes will be announced, and we'll know what the cars look like on track. Yeah.
I just want to do like a predictions episode because I've always been saying since I got rid of the prediction segment, I want to just do like one. I know it's so cheesy because all the like NASCAR podcasts do that and racing stuff, but I think it'd be kind of cute if we just did like a like I can set up like some goofy predictions or something for us, and we'll keep track of it as the season goes on.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Let's do it to him. Do it to him.
All right, that was Drip or Drown.
Only if Ed's here. I need Eddie to talk
and
about.
what's happening. All right, I'll tell Ed to show up next week.
Yeah, there's not a Red Wings game going on.
Oh, should we check on the Red Wings score? Actually, hold on.
Yeah,
Live stream the Red Wings.
on life check right now.
Oh God, he's down 5-2 to the Oilers.
Oh no, Eddie, no. Oh no, I gotta send him a message.
The game just ended.
Hold on.
I don't think Ed has seen a single Red Wings like win. in
Dude, I don't think he's
person.
seen a Detroit team win ever. Like,
They were up in the first period and then and then lost 5-2. That's tough. Yeah, sorry, Eddie.
No gritty on ice tonight.
All right, it is time for Slap's crazy ass moments in history. Slap, regale us with some tales.
All right, so recently there was
Wait, hold on,
recently
whoa.
there was a tale of the Chinese balloon.
Oh right, we're supposed to open with that.
Yeah, so recently the Chinese balloon like came in over Alaska, came across Canada, through Billings, Montana, and it was slowly
I think
working its
everyone's
way
heard of this
across
by now.
the whole U.S. and it got taken out by an F-22 Raptor right off the coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Let's go. That is the first confirmed aerial kill for an F-22 Raptor, by the way.
Got rusty. That got him good. Did you not know that? Did you not hear
Yeah,
that?
so the F-15 like Eagle has like a 115-0 kill to death ratio. The F-16 has like a 126-1 kill to death ratio. The F-22 Raptor 1-0 versus Chinese spy balloons. Let's go. America #1, baby.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah, dude, we drop like $67 trillion a year on R&D for these jets to like go fight a Chinese spy balloon that they say is not a threat.
$800 billion a year to the Pentagon just to take out a fucking spy balloon with a missile. They took it out with a missile. Why did they take it out with a missile? Why can't you just have like the 20mm Vulcan gun that's mounted,
It's a
just go
balloon.
and just like take it out real quick, punch some holes in it, and be done with it? No, they waste a fucking Sidewinder missile on it. Why? Audit the Pentagon. Do it now. Anyway.
No, we know what happened last time they attempted that.
No.
Can't do that.
Oh, we had $2 trillion just missing. We don't know where it went. Oh, is it classified? No, it's not. We just lost track of it. Oh, by the way, all of our generals are millionaires. Don't ask why.
Shout out to America.
I wonder what day that happened on.
That's like just like a mini crazy ass moment in history because that's going down in history.
Oh, but anyway. We knocked out the Chinese spy balloon.
That's our appetizer.
But there was another spy balloon, allegedly, in 1942, February, that flew over the city of Los Angeles and created a minor panic, which became known as the Battle of Los Angeles. So this is like not even like 3 months after Pearl Harbor. So at this point, Hawaii is completely under martial law. They have blackouts, which means you're not allowed to have any lights on inside your house after sundown because they were honestly scared of Japanese bombers coming in or an aircraft carrier attack, just hitting whatever. So the whole West Coast is on blackout alert. There's a little bit more lax on there. You could have lights on inside your house, but you had to have like blackout curtains and everything. But at some point in February of 1942, there is a radar reading of 1 or 2 unidentified aircraft moving in towards Los Angeles at a very slow speed. After the fact, like everybody thought these were like weather balloons or something, but something like 1,400 rounds of anti-aircraft fire go up above Los Angeles. This is not like 50 caliber machine guns. This is like big boy anti-aircraft cannons like shooting off into the sky. Searchlights go up. They're trying to like track and see what's going on. This panic ensues. Everybody's saying like, oh, I see 20 aircraft. I see 5 aircraft. I see like all these guys like up in the air. And after all these like shells fire off into the sky, this smoke builds up, and all the spotlights are hitting these smoke trails, and they think they're seeing more aircraft. So they keep shooting more and more anti-aircraft shells into the sky. And when it's all said and done, there are no recorded hits or anything. The only thing on the ground are just like shrapnel shells. And the next day, 5 people are dead. Three Americans died in automobile accidents trying to like get the fuck home and just like freaking out. 2 people died of heart attacks because this aerial bombardment went on for a whole hour. At like 1 a.m. it started, and like an hour later it finally like ended. And I think the final shot was fired off at like 4:14 a.m. There was like intermittent after like the first like flurry went off like for an hour. There was like still some intermittent gunfire going off for several hours after that. But when it was all said and done, they couldn't figure out what the radar signature was picking up. The radars were, these were first generation radar. They were notoriously unreliable. Sometimes they'd pick up like a flock of seagulls or whatever, and they would look like the size of a bomber plane. So yeah, but it wasn't like completely unfounded, because there were instances where Japanese seaplanes took off from submarines and bombed Oregon in 1943, 1944, 1945.
Wait, what? There's no way. There's no way.
They bombed Oregon trying to set off.
No, I'm talking about the seaplanes taking off from a submarine. There's no way.
Yeah, they did. They had the Germans had this too. They had seaplanes that took off from submarines. They were very small. They were very slow. They could only carry probably about 500 pounds worth of payload, but they did try to drop fire bombs over Oregon, trying to start a forest fire or something, but that never took off. I think they killed like 2 hikers at one point.
Jeez.
There were other submarines that did not have aircraft launching capability, but they did have 5-inch deck guns, and they shelled San Francisco and they shelled Santa Barbara in 1942 and 1943. There was a possibility of, a Japanese submarine just popping up, launching a few shells, and then diving back down and taking off, or, launching a seaplane to drop incendiary bombs or whatever. But as the years drug on, by 1948, conspiracy theories started to run around that this was actually a UFO. And then after Roswell happened, they said, oh, it's totally UFO, man. This is the Battle of Los Angeles was just like an alien space aircraft, like just hovering about and just deflecting, anti-aircraft rounds and all this stuff. And that became like one of the launching points for the UFO craze during the 1950s was the Battle of Los Angeles was totally just an alien spacecraft trying to figure out what was going on. And this was basically just a bunch of people being on edge of the anti-aircraft wardens that were on watch. All of them were volunteers. None of them were professionally trained. All the professionals were out in like Hawaii. They were getting geared up to go out to Guadalcanal and all this other shit. So all the people in LA were volunteers, National Guard, Coast Guard, people that had never seen combat and probably never would, just being really jumpy 3 months after Pearl Harbor. Radar picked something up and they decided, it was go time, and they just fired off probably a couple $100,000 worth of ordnance, and that was the Battle of Los Angeles in 1942.
There's a really good YouTube video by the channel Let Me Know.
God,
just look
so
up the Battle
good.
of Los Angeles on YouTube. You'll find it. It's a banger. He goes through like all of the theories and what supports each one and why like basically every theory isn't perfect.
Originally, U.S. propaganda said, there was U.S. planes that took off and went into pursuit and all that. But as the years went on, they looked at the data and they said those aircraft never took off. They were ready, but they never took off because they only had like a half tank worth of fuel. And after the war, we talked about Lucky Flucky and how the Japanese took meticulous notes of where all of their submarines, where all of their aircraft were at all times. And that's how we know like who sunk what and everything in the post-war years. Well, by 1948, we looked through all of their data and we found out there were no submarines and no seaplanes anywhere near California at that time. So the consensus was that this was a civilian weather balloon that was put up at some point, and that civilian just never let anybody know they were putting a weather balloon up. And that's what got picked up on the radar, and it made it look like it was a bomber plane that was like high altitude. And so that's the consensus, that this was just some civilian put up a weather balloon, didn't tell anybody, caused a minor panic, and he just decided to lay low and not tell anybody about it.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, can we
I
cut back?
wouldn't either, dude. This happened before Japanese internment camps opened up. This was one of the things that fueled the fear that led to Japanese internment camps.
Yeah.
So if you admit to doing this, you're going to end up in a fucking camp somewhere. Of course, I keep my mouth fucking shut.
People legitimately thought that they were going to war like then and there at night.
I wouldn't admit to that shit. I don't want to end up in a camp somewhere.
Yeah, that like. Can we cut back to the spotlight picture where they had like 87
Oh,
spotlights?
that's the wrong shit.
Oh. They had like 87 spotlights on that
This photo
building.
goes
Yeah,
nuts.
that's
That photo goes really hard.
dude. Imagine putting up a weather balloon and causing like the U.S. military to fire like 1,500 anti-aircraft missiles and 87 spotlights going up. Like,
Can we discuss like what the point of a weather balloon is? Like what are we doing launching one at like 2 a.m. in LA?
Well,
Like,
it probably got launched before then.
It might have been in Northern California. It just went south and
slap
got
you and I
caught
need
up.
to go to.
what is
Need
a
to go
weather
to
balloon
a military base and launch a weather balloon.
in 1942? Come on, like
No, it captures barometric data and everything that you can't get anywhere else except by sending up a super expensive plane at the time. I think most prop planes at that point didn't fly that high. So you could put some helium in a balloon for super cheap, send it up there, and it would give you some data, and it'd fall back down. You go collect the data, and that was the end of it.
One of my favorite YouTube channels, literally the first YouTube channel I've subscribed to, and I still watch literally everything they put out, Corridor Digital. They do a bunch of like side content, and they did a little series of videos where they would like just debunk UFO footage. And there's one really good segment where like someone took like an overnight time lapse and there's this weird dot flying around, and they traced back like where it was and what day it was and found like the exact trace of a weather balloon like in the area. People are going nuts online, or it's a UFO, and they're like, it was a weather balloon. Here's the GPS data. All right.
It's like a Chinese spy balloon. Like, what data could that have gotten that a Chinese satellite hasn't gotten
It's
already?
a balloon. Like,
do you know who the number one purchaser of helium is?
Tell us, Rusty. Tell us. I can't wait to hear it.
Tune into the next episode.
The CIA.
no balls.
It was a CIA plant. They put Chinese lettering on the side of it. It was all a conspiracy.
We need a sideshow where we just debunk like rusty theories. That's my favorite kind.
All I'm ready. You,
All right.
you
All
globe,
right,
you
mud flood
globetards
boy,
better
you're
come
going
hard.
down.
You can't say that. That slaps crazy ass moments in history. It's time for Animal Planet.
Oh, we get to talk about turkeys.
Dude, why is the planet
yeah.
not a flat map here?
What does that mean? Jesus Christ. All right, welcome to Animal Planet, where we
Rusty,
talk
what,
about...
what did you mean by that?
Where are the ice walls?
Dude, not again. Not again. Not again.
We did that bit. Slap. Can we talk about turkeys?
Do you have the turkey videos?
I have the ones that you
Dude.
tweeted publicly. I'm not digging through the DM group to find your
Slap's
stuff.
the man of the animals. Like he can
They
speak
just,
to them.
yeah, they're just attracted to him. Hold on, let me scroll through pictures of race cars and guns first, then I'll find the turkey video.
Yeah, so Thursday, there's this turkey is like down bad for my truck. He's just like, or she, I guess.
They.
They.
There's got to be a way to like easily tell a turkey's gender, right?
Yeah. Well,
Where's the turkey dick?
I didn't ask them what their pronouns
have you
were.
seen the turkey dick video, by the way?
Turkey. What?
This is funny ass video of
The what?
some dad playing a joke on his kids where he takes like the turkey neck and makes it like look like it's the dick when he's like carving up a turkey for Thanksgiving or whatever.
No.
And he's like, here, hold this. And the kids like are like, oh my God, what the they just go nuts because they think it's a turkey cock.
Turkey.
God.
Turkeys lay eggs for those of you keeping track at home.
But that turkey would not leave me alone, dude. That turkey was down bad for that
Love
truck.
you,
It was like 40 degrees and raining. I guess it was like warm around the engine compartment, so it didn't want to leave. But it was like pecking at the rims and like the grill and everything. And I was like try to like shoo it off, and it wouldn't leave. And finally, I like, decided to crank the truck up, try to go forward. And I like peel out from this neighborhood where I was at onto the main road, and this turkey's like pulling a roadrunner. It's like running right up next to me.
I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, it's like running right up next to me, like alongside the road, and then finally he gave up, and she just chilled right there, whatever, and just wandered around a little bit more. But the lady was talking to me. She's like, "Yeah, that turkey, she's been here for a couple weeks, but she's never crossed the road over to our side. That's weird." I was like, well, I guess she liked how warm the truck was. She wanted to be next to it and everything. But the next day, I find this whole gaggle of turkeys like invading this parking lot at a completely different area of Greenville because I was on a different route that day. And there's just a gaggle of like 5, 6, 7 turkeys just like chilling on this parking lot, just chilling out.
Caleb, can I show what you just put in the group chat, please?
Oh no!
oh my God. Dude.
Oh no!
Screenshot.
No!
Hold on.
I just thought the they're looking for the media check-in.
How do I? Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to.
Cut this
Yeah,
whole
here we
part
go.
out. Yeah,
No,
kill it.
come on. it's too good. The president put out a tweet that says it's never been a good bet to bet against America. And Caleb just wrote, me after spending $80 billion to shoot down an air balloon. Quality. I enjoyed that.
That's how much it costs to send up an F-22 with a Sidewinder missile to take out a fucking terrible.
Makes me so mad. And they waited for it to get over the ocean too. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're like in the middle of nowhere, Montana, and you're like, nah, let's let it coast through the rest of the country.
Do we have any other
There's things I
non-animal?
want to say, but I just gotta
Oh
shut
my
up.
God. Do we have any non-animal Animal Planet stories? People are going to think
Yeah,
that this
can I
segment's
use the
actually about
bathroom?
animals.
Oh my God.
You literally did right before we went live.
He's got
I
an
know,
old
but it's
man
been like an
bladder.
hour.
It has been,
It's been like
it has
20
actually
minutes.
been quite.
It's been an
like,
hour, and I've like down my whole PVR over here.
all right.
We've been
go
doing
to
this
the-
for an hour.
Oh shit.
It's been 50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's been like 45. All right, Slap, go.
Dude,
All right,
it'll be
fine.
over in like 10
You have
minutes.
permission.
Yeah, y'all
Dude, have you-
talk about animals. I'll be right
Have y'all
back.
felt the momentum of this podcast? We're gonna be done in like 5 minutes.
Damn. We got good emails this week.
Oh shit, I forgot about emails.
We should have spent like another 20 minutes on the Chinese spy balloon.
Jesus Christ. I think we
I
spent
got an
already too
Animal
much time on
Planet
this.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I emailed somebody about something, and
This is
they,
about your new job.
oh yeah, and after 3 weeks, I get a response, and they tell me to do something completely different than what I applied for.
But
Why
like,
are you airing this out on the show?
wait, people are gonna find out like what this company is in like
Oh shit,
3
God
weeks
damn
or
it.
whatever. Let's say that Caleb applied for something and was immediately given a lateral move opportunity.
Dude, it's okay, Rusty. Nobody's watching this shit. We'll have like 37 views in 3 weeks.
I have a
But, like,
question for you.
It's a small time organization. Like no matter what you do, you're gonna end up doing kind of what you want to do, I think.
Yes.
Oh, I'm hype. I'm hype. I was looking for something to fill content.
What was up, Rusty?
I was going to ask about the box of cheez-its.
What kind of are they? Special
Yeah,
brand? What are they?
I
What do we
got to
got?
know the flavor. What do we got here?
Got jalapeno
The duo
and cheddar
is
jack.
so it's two flavors mixed in the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell them
so,
apart? Are some of them green?
No, it's you can see them.
Oh, they are different.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a shitty box of cheese. This is why it's only halfway eaten and not full way eaten. But
All right, fair play.
All right, so Caleb, I got to ask you.
yeah,
Can you rank your favorite boxes of Cheez-Its? And this is a
Yeah.
high pressure situation because like this is serious.
I don't think my opinion's all that popular. But my favorite Cheez-Its are white cheddar. I love the white cheddar cheese.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
What do you like,
White
Rusty? What do you
cheddar
like?
cheese. White cheddar cheese. What? I missed it.
As number one
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-It? As
Yes.
number one Cheez-It?
Yes.
Oh
no,
my God.
no. The duo's Parmesan and jalapeno.
What? What's your answer, Rusty? What's your answer?
Hot and spicy all day, baby.
Dude,
Basic.
shut up, Rusty.
Basic.
I have no say in this conversation. We don't
Dude, the
I don't eat
Rusty,
those.
Rusty, perish like a dog.
He eats hot and spicy
No.
Cheez-Its and thinks they're fucking spicy because he's from Minnesota and hasn't had
Right.
anything spicy
No.
in like 12 years. Yeah.
I never
His
know.
milk is too spicy.
Okay.
He seasons his steak with water.
Okay. Okay.
Speaking of, real quick, just to touch on steak, I've been watching a lot of Ordinary Sausage since we talked about him on this podcast. I watched like fucking all of his videos. And some of my favorite shit he does is he just makes like weird meals. Like sometimes he'll do like non-sausage episodes. Like he'll just like boil a steak in like pickle juice and then cook it up and tell us how it tastes. It's fantastic.
Dude, one of my favorite YouTube
Pickle
channels
juice might
right
not
now-
be too bad, actually.
Hold on.
Ah,
Dude,
see?
I drink it straight.
I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Guga Foods, and they've been appealing to my TikTok brain, where he just like coats a steak in the most random ass shit. Like he put MSG on it one time. He
Yeah.
put cheese.
Pure MSG.
Yes, and he just dry ages.
4 million subs? Oh my god.
Dude, this
Jesus.
channel on the shorts is
Try
based.
age steaks and cheese wax for half a year.
Dude, look at the shorts. So what do you got on shorts?
Dude, look at the
How do
views
I-
of the shorts.
there we go.
It's right there. Yeah, these are all me. No, he has way more than that. I don't know what it might be on a different channel.
It isn't. Get fucked.
Oh, go to his channels. It's just Guga. I guess.
God
and it's
damn
all the
it.
shorts over there. Yeah, there you go. These are all the fucking shorts I watch. Just a bunch of cooking.
Jesus.
It's like goofy cooking shorts.
Yeah, but dude, when it's like 3 a.m. and I'm in bed with nothing better to do, holy shit, I'll watch like
What
two
is it,
of
like
these at
a
a time.
the quadruple mega stacker over there? Cheeseburger layered in cheese.
That's my style right
Didn't
there.
Uncle Roger get canceled because he supported China?
What?
Wasn't that a
The
thing?
fuck?
Am I going nuts?
Who the hell is Uncle Roger?
Yeah, but what the fuck are you talking about?
The emotional damage guy.
I have no clue.
I'm
what
allowed
you're
to say
talking
that.
about.
All right, never mind. That's probably a good thing. Anyway.
Why is that
Thanks for,
chicken
food
blue?
talk.
Why was the chicken blue?
Don't worry about the blue chicken.
On the
That's
right.
black chicken. It's black chicken.
It's blue.
Black chicken's a Chinese thing. That's
That fucking chicken has birthday sprinkles on it. What the fuck? Ban him. Ban him.
all right.
It's over.
That's Animal Planet. Unless we have anything else, I don't. I'm sure Cody has a bunch of content that he's sleeping through.
Yeah, Cody.
Turkeys.
Yeah.
This podcast was doomed the moment Cody didn't wake up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and our
He's,
guest,
he's
our guest is
behind the
asleep.
curtain. Like, come on.
Los is dead. Cody's dead. Ed at least had the common decency to tell us he wasn't going to be here a day in advance.
Nah, Fiasco's in the shower. He's still in it at the minute of this recording. Like, it's been an hour and a half.
Just
He's
beating his meat furiously to muscle mommies.
I'm based, to be honest.
Can't
all
be
right,
mad at him. Can't be mad.
that was Animal Planet. It's time to do the media check-in. Any new television programs or video games or anything to talk about? I want to start by saying Dirt 2 is one of the greatest games of all time, and I'm almost 100% through it. I have like 3 more races to do. Banger. I want to make like a YouTube friggin' video essay about it, but I have no will to put that time into it. But I want to.
I want to say I feel like gaming peaked in the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era. I feel like just the amount of development time, just the care, the passion, everything I think peaked. Maybe about 10, I don't want to say 10 years ago, but I feel like we were in a golden era, and I think we knew it at the time. But now, looking back, it's definitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything
And
is,
it
since
shows
then
in
has been
games
like
like that.
chopped up for content.
Yeah.
Because if like Dirt 4 and 5 are both very not good, but like 1, 2, and 3 were complete bangers, like all time video games.
Oh, did you guys see the new implement video about the Matrix debooted?
No.
Oh.
So he basically like posits the opinion that one of the Wachowski sisters, the one that actually did the Matrix reboot, part 4 or whatever, torpedoed that project on purpose so that it would kill off the franchise.
Yeah, no, that was one of the theories once that movie came out. But I've not seen that YouTube video to like deep dive into it.
Yeah, and Tom Green, when he made Freddy Got Fingered, apparently he had like this TV show, and Paramount told him, like, if you don't make this movie, we'll not greenlight your next season of your TV show. So he did Freddy Got Fingered, and he intentionally made it as bad as possible. So that he would just like stick it to the fucking studio, and so apparently that's what one of the Wachowski sisters did to the Matrix like reboot series or whatever. Just absolutely just torpedoed it, just so they could kill it off forever, so that it would never. Because when Warner Brothers approached the Wachowski sisters about it, one of the Wachowski sisters dipped out immediately. The other one was just like, I'll stick with it just so I don't want somebody else to like try to like run off with this. I want to like kill it in the cradle right now so it never gets resurrected ever again.
Yeah, I think the first 30 minutes of that movie was pretty clear that they're trying to break the fourth wall and end it.
Yeah, because some of the jokes are so fucking bad. They're so fucking stupid and awful. Like it has to be like an inside job.
Yeah.
Do you think we could get employment on this stupid podcast?
I could ask him.
Do you want to though?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I was on the downward drive. Like, I mean, he owes me one.
Yeah, but you're gonna like he owes you one, and you're gonna spend it on this stupid show
On a 200 view show. Like,
Imp gets like maybe like a 3,000 video views tops.
Come on.
Tops.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do?
What?
When we switch the podcast to the Diabolical Master Plan, we should maybe open it with that
Launch it
to
with,
drag viewers to the new thing.
Well, it should
okay.
be live on Slap's channel, and we go Big Clout as our
And
first
you
guest.
need $20 to super chat, and we'll only
Yeah.
answer questions if you
Yeah.
spend $20 or more.
Yeah, send in your super chats.
If we
Yeah,
don't get a hype
that-
train, the podcast gets deleted.
That'll be the OKC episode.
Oh,
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Okay. Video games that are coming out. Do
Uh-oh.
we
No, we're
want to
not.
talk about? Okay,
No.
you don't want to
you
talk
guys
about.
can go in if you want, but I mean, I feel like our audience is gonna be on your side.
I hate all video games now. I
Yeah,
just
I
play
don't-
Fall
All right,
Guys.
all right, that's
I
fair.
don't think we
Everything
add
sucks.
anything to the conversation.
Yeah.
Fan mail.
Shifting. Well, actually, I wanted to talk about TV show real fast because
What are you
everybody's
laughing
talking.
about?
On God.
It was kind of like I thought you guys liked it.
Yeah, it was. I can see that. But on HBO right now, for American friends.
Oh, Last of Us.
I'm supposed
Yeah.
to watch this. I
Don't
want
spoil
to.
it.
Yeah, I'm
But I
not
don't have the
spoiling anything.
subscription
I
to
just
get
want to
it.
say, as somebody, the experience is probably different for somebody like Rusty, who I think he played the game.
Just the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say right now for somebody as this is my first impression of this universe and its characters. And I've done a lot of research since I like watched the first episode, so I know a lot more now than I did. But like as an introduction to it, it is a banger TV show. Like not only is like the storyline and everything great, but cinematography's great, music's great, acting has been fantastic, the world building's been great. They've made a few liberties here and there from the video game from what I've watched through. I haven't spoiled myself on any of the big stuff. I've just kind of like looked up to the point of where we're at in the show. But I mean, it's about as faithfully recreated as you can get without just straight up like ripping it. And that's where like those liberties that they've taken, I feel like have been really refreshing, and adding their own spin on the universe. So it's been a really good watch. We're on episode 4 and episode 5 drops in like 3 days, I think. So I'm excited to see where they go with it next, because so far it's been probably like a top 10 show I've ever watched right now.
I've heard
So-
incredible things from people that have played the games, and I've heard incredible things from people that haven't played the games,
Yeah,
and that
it's
speaks
really good.
volumes.
So I was gonna ask, like, the relationship between the two main characters feels authentic and like believable, and
Yeah.
even like the world building feels, I don't want to say fresh, but like it's not tired. It feels like you want to be in this world.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the big thing, like that the entire show hinges on, is that Joel and Ellie's relationship is like I can see where they're going with it in the show. And like I can kind of tell where they're going with it, and I feel like it's gonna be a really like cool moment because without getting too far into it, in episode 3, which is where I've stopped right now. I haven't watched the 4th episode yet, but episode 3, you really start to see kind of how they're aligning some of these things together to kind of get where they want to get. And I think the build-up's great, and I hope the payoff is really good. But yeah, the chemistry is great. Acting, like I said, is great. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, stick
out.
with it. I think you're gonna like whatever happens. So
Rusty, did you ever make it past the first half episode in the peripheral?
no.
Damn. All right, never mind.
No.
Oh, Caleb.
Caleb's
Caleb's
dead.
Caleb.
Caleb's dead. He's dead.
No, I'm alive. I'm
Cody
good.
moment. Hey, I hate Cody. Cody, I hate you. Wherever you're at right now, Cody, like I
He's
hate
listening
you.
to this probably.
Dude, dude, I don't want to look at the other servers, but dude, I hate Cody. Like, come on.
Is he getting sloppy toppy right now?
Dude,
I bet. That's a Rusty. He's behind the curtain. He's
behind the
getting it.
curtain. He's probably thinking about Aaron Rodgers while he gets it too.
Did you hear
Aaron
that guy,
Rodgers
by the
going
way?
to the isolation chamber.
Yeah, he's gonna sit in a cabin with all the lights turned off for 3 days or whatever.
4 days.
4
And
days. What a
anybody
weirdo.
who does not respect the no talking, no music, like no sound policy gets kicked out of the tent.
He's going to be talking to the disembodied goat's head that's floating in his living room.
Yeah, he's tripping off the ayahuasca and just
Can I cut a promo
Yes.
for a YouTube series that I
Yes.
highly recommend.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember if I talked about. Did I talk about GeoWizard on the podcast before? Or was that just like with you guys in Discord?
Just with us in Discord, I think.
I
haven't
might
even-
have.
Yeah.
He started.
Talking about-
It's this goofball from Britain who like started just like as like a geography nerd making like GeoGuessr videos, but he also is just like an adventurous dude, and he has this series where him and his like childhood best friend, this is from like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. They start in I think Geneva, and they try to travel to Eastern Europe in like 8 days without spending any money on transportation. And they have like a list of like random challenges to do, and they want to take like as many different types of transportation as possible. They want to like take a boat, they want to ride scooters down a mountain, they want to kayak places, they want to like hitchhike a bunch, ride trains. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like I don't do it justice. It's a fucking incredible series about like just human to human connections, and it's just like all real. Like it's literally two goofballs and a GoPro, and they don't have a tent. They have sleeping bags, but they don't plan on spending any money on accommodations either. So every day their goal is to get as far as possible and then figure out like somewhere to sleep.
The Amazing Race.
Yeah, but like with no production, and it's all like super authentic. And it's just good, like, I don't know. It's not quite like a travel vlog kind of content. It's just like cool adventurous stuff. And it's an incredible series in 5 parts called How Not to Travel Europe. And I was hooked every second of this. And last year he filmed one in the US with the same guy 4 years later, going from Boston to Miami. And I think they've dropped 3 or 4 episodes so far, and it's already like incredible. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just human content. It's fucking awesome. Good adventure stuff. The new one's called How Not to Travel America, of course.
Sounds pretty sick,
yeah.
honestly.
Big fan. I love that stuff. I eat it up. And they're really funny. Like, they're both just funny dudes, and they're like personable people. Like, what their biggest strategy in Europe to find a place to sleep is literally go to a bar, get drunk, and talk to people. And it works because everyone else is just like it's just a ton of like students, young adults, just people going ham on a Tuesday night that they can like connect with and then be like, hey, can I like crash at your place? And that's where a lot of like really, really good stories come in. Yeah, fantastic series. Do recommend. Start with How Not to Travel Europe. It's awesome.
Talking about how to like travel around. I've been watching Chris Broad and Abroad in Japan, and yeah, he had like recently a video of how to get from one end of Tokyo to the other just by walking.
Oh shit!
In one day. And so like, yeah, he starts off at like 9 a.m. He ends at like 1 a.m. But he does get from like one end of Tokyo to the other.
Holy shit! From
Ueno to I don't remember where he ended up at, but yeah, he starts like Ueno and he goes like to the Shinjuku, past Shibuya, like all the major areas. And yeah, it's just 1 hour of him and his buddy just like running across Japan, just like nothing but walking. And yeah, it's amazing like how far you can travel just on foot, but how little you can get across Tokyo, because it is like this massive sprawling city that just goes on forever, it seems like.
That's cool. One of the things that like, wow, we never really had time, but I wanted to do with my goofball friends in New York was we wanted to do like some stupid challenge like that and film it. We just didn't have the time to spend on that. Like we wanted to like 2-hour window, whoever can ride the most different like subway lines wins. And just like go like strategize and just think on the fly and just have an experience. I'll do that eventually at some point.
Yeah, that'd be fun, like a split up.
It was just gonna be a casual.
You almost got it.
Who can get stabbed the most times on the New York subway line?
No, that's Toronto, baby. New York can get shot and Toronto gets stabbed. Yeah. Anyways, do recommend.
Who can get
Shout out
stabbed
to
the most times at CTMP?
Yeah,
Shout out
that'd
to
be a fun like
GeoWizard.
split up vlog idea.
But yeah, you need like people who are like, you know, adventurous enough for
who had the coolest adventure?
Yeah. That would be good stuff if we all were together and we had time to dump into things like that.
You know, I'd invite
Shrimp
Cody,
Master
but
Plan.
he wouldn't show up.
Cody would get like 2 trains in, something bad would happen, he'd be like, I'm going home. I'm away.
Are you kidding me? You kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me?
Just a shit on Cody episode.
Yes, I told you from point blank I was getting it the whole time, but now I'm getting into it late. Yeah, come on, Cody, where you at? Where you doing? It's been an hour and a half. Where you at?
Also,
bitch made.
Yeah, just because he's not here, and I know he would absolutely hate it. I've been watching lots of Soundhead Entertainment Wreckfest lately. Big fan.
The guy just watched his team lose by 3 goals to Edmonton.
Eddie is not here for a reason. Cody is just
no call, no showed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
takes me back
fired.
to McDonald's
that.
days.
He's fired. He's got to resubmit his application.
I got to make a Walmart trip. I gotta take a
But
shower.
not the close Walmart.
Dude.
The close Walmart doesnar have everything in stock. He got to go to the far Walmart.
He better not show his face in shrimpage tonight, because he will get bullied out of there.
If he
Harder
shows
than
his
normal.
face in shrimpage on Friday night, he's not being invited to fucking Fall Guys Fridays.
No one is, because that game's dead. All right.
Actually, I'll play with it. I've
I'll
been
kill you.
big into Fall Guys recently. That's it for the media check-in.
That's it. On to the next.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hand slap. In your fucking mail. Send them
Send them in, guys.
Wash your fucking hands slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails at this point. Welcome to fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail.
It's a certified hood classic right there. Shout out
Shot
to
the
Ben.
bed, and we got more bangers on the way, allegedly.
Allegedly. If you want Ben to make us more songs, send us an email to shrimphourspresents@gmail.com. If you have questions, comments, concerns, put them there.
Crazy ass moments bin track. That'd be based.
That would actually be fantastic. But yeah, if you want us to read stuff or answer stuff and it's not stupid, send it to our email. Even if it is stupid, but then we'll just not read it on the show. All right. First email comes in from Silt Striders for the win, who I've seen in my chat. Shout out. I hope all the shrimps are well. Big fan of the podcast and love all the segments that have been on the show. All of them? I only have a question for Slap for my first email. I think those questions for there soon. Question for Slap. It says, no, it actually isn't bad. It says on my Twitter that you follow Azure Lane Official. I've never heard of that, and I was curious if you played the game or not. What is that, Slap?
Oh, it's a mobile game with like a bunch of waifus.
Oh my god. So what is the game?
I don't know. I've never actually played the game. I just like the waifus. I just follow it for the waifus.
Hold on, let me followed by Slap. Am I allowed to show this on
Be careful. Be careful.
There shouldn't be anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh no.
Trouble. I love how you don't even play the game.
3 posts. It's like, shut it down.
I don't even play it. They just upload like because you know they have like different characters they put up, and they have like they're scantily clad ladies.
All right.
So
I've heard of
like, I'm just in it for the waifu bait. That's the reason.
Well, speaking of which, there's one more part to this email. He
Was
says
there any
also
2B on there?
I think it was episode 28 when Slap mentioned Near Automata and the character 2B. I saw that face Rusty made. I know what he was thinking of.
Rusty.
Oh, exposed.
He called it too.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
You got exposed.
How did that explode within? Dude, oh my god.
Rusty, just admit you bought your wife the 2B costume, all right?
He says, that's it for my first email. Hope it's a good one. It was. Thank you.
That one's going in the Hall of Fame.
Ban him for life.
That transition, oh my god.
Oh, I just got a new email from Caleb Hoffman. It says, Rusty question. Do you like Transformers? What's your favorite Transformers hentai waifu? 1 minute ago. Thank you, Caleb.
2B's his favorite Transformer.
All right. On a different note, RKD sent in an email. This is our buddy out in the Pacific Northwest who talked about racetracks before. Apparently, it's not called Skagit Speedway. It's Skagit, even though it's Skagit. I guess this is a GIF or GIF thing. Oh, it's indigenous nomenclature. Never mind. I didn't make fun of it.
Cancel him.
I've also
Get
discovered
TT
a
outta
new
here.
track being built in Bremerton, Washington, titled Circuit of the Northwest. According to the track organizers, it's slated to be an FIA Grade 3 track designed by Herman Tilke with the longest straightaway in North America.
What?
Longer than, what's the longest now? Coda, I guess?
Pocono? Oh shit, never mind.
I thought it was Pocono, the front straight of Poconos.
That might have been the longest straight in
three-quarters.
NASCAR, I think.
Coda's got to be longer than Pocono.
Coda's got to be longer. Either way, that's nuts. Bremerton, Washington. Where the Christ is that? That sounds like I hope it actually exists is what I'm getting at. Because we were supposed to get a racetrack over here and they put Jeff Gordon's name all over it, and it's supposed to be this big speedway, and then they wouldn't build them a highway exit and they got pissed and left. Oh, it's like across the bay from Seattle.
Oh shit!
Across
really?
the bay?
So like in like Vancouver, or like Washington.
Yeah.
That's where
Like
Greg Biffle lived.
across the bay from Seattle.
Dude, one of my most memorable experiences of my life was taking a boat shuttle across the bay from Seattle, and I swear to God, I thought Godzilla was coming out of the water.
What do you mean? Was it scary?
Yes, they brought out the searchlights and everything. I thought it was
Oh my god.
looking
The
back,
Battle of Seattle. There it is.
Yeah.
That rolls off the tongue. Holy shit! We should start a war there.
HKD also says, I'm planning on going to Portland International Raceway for Formula E, IndyCar, and NASCAR this year because it's a stone's throw from where I live in the Seattle area. Formula E's going to Portland?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Is
With,
that
like
is that
NASCAR
canon?
there at the same time?
No, probably not at the same time. I didn't even know IndyCar went there. I thought Formula E
IndyCar-
loved like
They,
Saudi desert street tracks, not actual racing circuits. That's incredible. That's kind of cool. That's cool that Portland gets like 3 like Formula E,
Oh,
IndyCar,
it's-
NASCAR.
yeah.
That's pretty big.
It looks like this is Formula E's first year at Portland.
And they're at the track, not the city.
Yeah, it's in the track, and it is also the same weekend as IndyCar and the Xfinity.
So, yeah.
Series.
Damn.
Damn.
That's probably the only place you can get that. NASCAR, IndyCar, and Formula E at the same place on the same weekend?
Yeah, that's nutty.
That's sick.
If
Shout
you're
out
in
to Portland
Oregon, dude, you
International
gotta make
Raceway.
that. That's fucking sick as hell.
I mean, that's like the one big race weekend of the whole year, I guess, for Oregon.
Yeah. I'm surprised they put all their eggs in one basket.
That's a pretty damn stacked basket.
Yeah, it is.
That's sick. Speaking of which, this is more directed to Slap for one of his crazy ass moments in history.
God damn it.
Or the SCAMIH, the SCAMI. Slap's crazy ass moments in history. The Ash Street shootout in Tacoma, Washington in 1989, where a small gathering of Army Rangers fought a gang and won. It's a wild
Yeah, they
story
fought
and
the
a
Crips. They
recommendation
fought
for
the
good stories
Crips
for the
out
show.
there.
Crips versus like park rangers. What the fuck?
No,
Uh,
no, it wasn't Park Rangers, U.S. Army Rangers, like the Special Forces team.
Any
What the
Cheez-Its,
fuck?
have a good one, lads, and hashtag Team Rick. Damn.
Yeah,
Slap.
so this was like a group of U.S. It was 2 U.S. Army Rangers and their friends.
Do you
2
want to save
friends
this
lived.
for a show?
Nah, because it's already been
Okay.
done by somebody else. But it was like 2 of their friends lived like out of town, but kind of close by. And then there were all these Crips that lived in the area, and they had already bought these houses there. And apparently some scuffle broke out. They called up their U.S. Army Ranger buddies, and they got down there, and they had night vision equipment and all this other shit, and they got into a gunfight with these Crips and just laid them out.
I love that that was just a random thing in an email and Slap just dropped all of that top of the head. That was nuts.
Yeah, so if you want to know more about it, Popo Medic has a really good video on it.
All right.
I'm gonna make up a
Thank you,
moment in
Slap.
history and see if Slap can like name off like 10 things about it.
Yeah, it's just a total residential neighborhood, just like gunfight, because that's what we do here in America.
Sanok sent an email and I'm trying to make sense of it. He says, "Hello, shrimps. Guest 2? No, the guest is asleep. I have a slight animal today. I was coming home from somewhere and we had to cross the road. It's not a double lane road, but the lanes themselves are very wide. Someone thought it would be a good idea to try and squeeze between the cars and the sidewalk while the lights were red. Probably wouldn't have stopped if we weren't crossing." I can't make any sense of that. I've looked at this for several minutes now.
Ban
Were they
him.
on a motorcycle? Probably wouldn't have stopped if we weren't crossing. Who stopped? That's all one sentence too. Sanok, let's try again next week.
Yeah, work on your sentence structure.
I'm trying here. I really am. I'm sorry. All right, next email. The next one comes in from our good pal Down Under, Andrew R. Good to hear from him every week. He said, "Good morning, all y'all.
Sighting?
At the weekend, I drove for 4 hours over the mountains to the Western Plains and the Holy Mountain, where we've built a cathedral for speed." Talking about the Bathurst 12-hour. Banger of a finish, by the way. I wish that race was like 20 minutes longer. Long before you arrive at Bathurst, you get a sense of something special when you see the mountain from afar rising up to the south. I can't explain this place. I get the sensation from only a few sporting venues: Mount Panorama, Bathurst, the Adelaide Oval, Cubs Field in Chicago, I think you mean Wrigley, and Warrnambool Speedway. I'm assuming that's Australian. My question is, which tracks or venues give that sense of approaching the infinite? You know, like what venues are bigger than life? Or alternatively, are there any tracks or venues which make you feel like we've spat in the face of God, like I got in the Houston Astrodome? Thanks, from Andrew R.
Can I answer this question first?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm driving Rusty for his first trip out to the Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2021, and as we're like driving out there, we're coming down Concord Boulevard, Bruton Smith Boulevard. And he asked, "Is that the speedway there?" And I said, "No, that's just the dirt track." And then we like come down like up over a hill, and I remember seeing this the first time when I was 5 years old, the outside of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, because you just see like this facade of like white sheet metal and these little zigzags of stairs going up to the suites and everything, and they're like perfectly spaced out. And that's just the only thing that you see. And Rusty's like, "Oh shit, that's a speedway? That fucking shit's gigantic." And he's just like freaking out over it. And he's like going like ham over it, like I did when I was 5 years old when I first saw it for the first time. And it's just like, yeah, this is a 1.5 mile speedway. This thing's like fucking big. And yeah, when you're a little kid and you see that for the first time, and the only thing you've ever been to is Greenville Pickens Speedway, and then you roll up to Charlotte Motor Speedway and it's this gigantic like white facade on the outside of sheet metal, and you just see like the little stairwells just like going up, just keep going up and up and up and up and up and up all the way to the suites and everything. That seems like badass as hell. And to see Rusty like freaking out over it the same way I did when I was a little kid, I was just like, "Yep, we're here, man. This is it. This is the big show."
That's really cute. I like that story.
Let me see if I can get a picture of it, because I have a really similar story.
Can I tell one while you find that?
Yeah, go ahead.
What like my moment of that was when I had not been to a lot of big racetracks. Like as a kid, I've been to hardly went anywhere as a kid, actually. As like a teenager, I'd been to like CTMP and the Toronto like IndyCar street course, and those are like cool or whatever. But coming down the highway to fucking Daytona when you're just booting along the highway coming from the center of Florida, and you look over, and you're so far out from where the track is, but there's just this cathedral, some huge building, like standing way above everything else around it. Like, obviously you see the buildings way down the way by the water, but Daytona is just massive, and you drive up to it and you're like, holy shit. And you just keep going, and you keep going, like block after block on the street, and the track is still there. Massive grandstands, like, you know, straight up downtown building height, but it's just constant. And I think it was like nighttime and the lights were on, and it was just like insane. It just blew my mind. What an astonishing, just huge thing.
Yeah, my distinct memory, so like my first like truck races were probably like 2006. So I was like, you know, 3 or 4. And it was just like little stuff at like the Nashville Super Speedway. And I will never forget rolling up the first time I ever went to Bristol. And because literally, like, you're driving through the middle of nowhere, like through all these like mountains and shit.
Yeah.
And Rusty and I have talked about this a lot. It's literally like all of a sudden, like all the mountains clear, and it's just like this huge fucking coliseum. And like there's nothing that has made me like more hyped than being like 7 years old, driving down that highway and seeing Bristol. And literally every time I've been to Bristol, like for both races, every year since 2009. And
Damn.
every time I get that little feeling of like being a 7-year-old kid and rolling up on Bristol the first time, because it's like, it's just like the same, like, holy fucking shit. It's so cool.
So me and you were there when Kyle Busch got his first sweep in
2018?
2010.
Oh,
2010, yeah. 2010. Yeah,
Yep.
me and you were there.
Yep, and I was also there for 2018 when he swept that one too. It's that 2018 night race. I don't know if anybody, I don't think it's talked about very often, but that might be the best NASCAR, like the Cup Series, best Cup Series race I've ever been to. That shit had everything.
Was that the Eric Jones one, or was that the year after it?
No,
2017
no,
was Eric
2017.
Jones.
2017 was Kyle Busch, because 2018 Kurt Busch won.
2017, I remember I think I told this story before. I was in a motel in Chicago, and I put the NASCAR race on, and Eric Jones was going to win that shit. It was going to be the first win for the 77 since fucking forever ago, in the 70s or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, a rookie's going to win this Bristol race, and then Kyle Busch just ate him up.
That Kyle Busch win was when, like, late 2017, he was, I don't think it's really that hard to say he was far and away the best driver in Cup at that point, even if it wasn't winning the Mickey Mouse rings. I mean, he would literally go out. Dude, so this 2017 night race, he wrecked the car lap 1, wrecked it again, I think lap like 275, and was like 2 laps down at one point.
This was the Skittles car, right?
No, M&M's, the blue M&M's car.
Oh, yeah.
The caramel one. And he comes from 2 laps down, slowly creeps his way back up. I remember it was like 100 laps to go, which at Bristol, again, that's like fucking nothing. It's 100 laps to go, and I noticed he was in 9th, and I looked over to my dad, and I was like, yo, why is Kyle Busch in 9th right now? And he just started picking off drivers and making up spots, and he won that shit. It was based.
Dude, look at all the people. Holy shit. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
He almost did it the next year again, which this one was, I mean, you can see why he didn't win this race. The only difference was he instead of like slowly crawling his way back up, he got collected in somebody else's mess, like with like 25, 30 to go, I think. And he just fucking took it behind the wall and was like, fuck it, which I would too. But man, like 2017 to early like 2019 Kyle Busch, I think, is probably one of the best NASCAR drivers of all time.
All right, one more thing from this email. Andrew also posted a picture.
Oh,
this is the Valentino Rossi car at the top of the hill.
That's sick.
And I believe if I'm reading this correctly, this was taken on a camera from 1969 with a lens from 1970.
What?
What?
Which
Go back
is
to that again?
nuts. I think.
Was that like modern film?
I guess.
I don't
Looks like
understand.
a
it,
phone
like-
picture.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It does look like a phone picture.
There's a Roll A 35mm from 1969 and a Leica P777 from 1970. This is on a single leg monopod. It looks pretty enough, but still washed out in the blazing sun.
Zoom in on it more if you can.
Is that washed out?
That literally looks like a phone picture, which I don't know if that's a testament to your
This
camera
does say
or-
rolls and 35 film
film.
26.
That's sick.
Damn.
I just like, yeah, the colors in it just they look
Shutter
really
speed way
digital.
too quick to capture any motion. The BMW just looks like it's parked. Do not do this. Anyway, that looks sick.
Yeah,
Shut
it's
up.
a very fast shutter speed. Like it just looks like it's just parked there.
Maybe that's why it looks like a phone
Well, it makes
picture.
sense.
is
It's
'cause
so
it does look like
bright.
it's parked. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Shout out. Remember, if you want to send us some emails, cool stuff you're up to, segment ideas, the next time you laugh in front of an FBI officer because of slap shoes, ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Just send them in.
I'm an FBI plant. I'm here to send you to jail.
Wow.
Get that quota up.
That was a solid podcast. I'm actually surprised. What do we call it?
Turkey
Fuck
dick.
Cody.
Battle
I was
of
thinking just like behind the curtain.
There was a good line I had during one of the questions, and I was gonna shout it out as I said it. It would have been a fantastic title, but I'm
God
forgetting.
damn it. We have to decide it on the show. We cannot change it after. We don't like
Shrimps
behind
are
the curtain.
Cody's
No.
dead.
Cody's dead.
We lost.
The C team.
The C team.
No. We don't want to.
B-team?
No. It's no.
the Battle of Los Angeles.
No, because that like
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
this was a good episode, but there wasn't one massive segment. I don't think.
Mid.
The
It
B
wasn't
team.
mid.
That's what yeah, the B team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Rest
the
is
B team.
But like
Yeah.
three
I
of
don't
us
know,
are
I
main.
don't-
It's just Caleb was third string backup.
Yeah, so I make up. Y'all are A team and I'm C team, so we even out to B
Yeah,
team.
but I feel like that undersells what
The
content
quality
is.
of this
Yeah.
episode.
Okay.
$80
The-
trillion balloons. I don't know.
Y'all are selling
Pistons
this
lost.
episode too well.
What?
The B team. The B team.
Loop it,
We
loop it. We'll go back around.
This,
What do you
we're
want
only halfway through
clickbait?
the song.
Oh wait, the Red Wings lost maybe.
No, but that's not.
Life check on Eddie.
Yeah. All my friends are dead.
Can we say that in a YouTube thumbnail?
All my Red Wings friends are dead.
Are we sure
Yeah,
you don't
it's
want behind the curtain?
It's just kind of
Oh my god. We have multiple deaths on our hands.
How about just like life check?
Did we
I like
ask for a
behind the
life
curtain
check
better.
during the podcast?
No, that's what I'm saying. We need.
Cody
What
is
did we
dead.
talk about this podcast? I felt like we just shit around.
Cody's
for-
dead.
Cody is dead. Cody is dead.
Cody's dead.
Cody's dead.
I
There it
hate
is.
Cody.
Cody's
Hey,
dead, all
hey,
right.
Cody, when you hear the scene,
Fuck
you can
Cody, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Can we just call this I Hate Cody?
I hate Cody.
Because you weren't here
Dude.
tonight, bitch.
I
That's
hate
the title.
Cody.
I hate Cody.
We
Alright,
hate
what's it going?
Cody. Cody's dead.
Dude, are you
We hate
kidding
Cody.
me?
Dude, this is such a joke. Why do
Dude,
all you
I'm
hate on me?
I'm never showing up again.
Shoes off, dude. Come on.